Welcome to this presentation of the Business Management Skills webinar series, What Makes a Leader? Redefining the Approach to Training Managers. This presentation is brought to you by Pearson Learning Solutions and the Association of Professionals in Business Management. We will begin the session today by asking ourselves, what is a manager? We will continue by exploring the challenges of training managers today. We will examine how companies approach manager training today, exploring both the approaches and the challenges of those approaches. We will present a model for redefining the approach to training managers, and we will conclude with points of additional consideration and reflection. We begin today by asking ourselves, what is a manager? And for that, we turn to our colleagues at the Association of Professionals in Business Management. The APBM definition is simple, yet it points out some very interesting facts. First, managers exist in every line or function within the business. And second, those individuals exist in the business without regard to their tenure or title. And so truly, anyone can be considered a manager at any point in their career. And from a learning and development perspective, that perhaps suggests that we need to think wider in terms of the audience that we focus our manager training at. As we begin to turn to the challenges of training managers, we begin with the conventional curriculum within most organizations. And we see that most organizations define core business skills across 4 specific areas of competency: planning, organizing and staffing, leading and motivating, and controlling. And here we arrive to the first challenge of training managers. Crucial to a manager's ability to perform the tasks above is not only their functional expertise, for example, if you're an IT manager, your knowledge of the IT function, but also a comprehensive understanding of all of the functions of the business across the enterprise. In a recent survey conducted by Pearson Learning Solutions and the APBM, when asked what would be the primary motivation for participating in a business skills development program, 57% of our respondents indicated that they would participate in a business skills development program to broaden or deepen their understanding of business management. This placed significantly ahead of advancement, establishing credibility with peers, and even increasing earning power. And what this says to us is that managers are hungry for meaningful and applicable developmental experiences that may not be available in the organization today. In a separate recent study conducted by Pearson Talent Assessment and Executive Development Associates, we found that organizations are realizing the need for cross-functional understanding of the enterprise, increased business acumen, and increased cross-collaboration among their business units. In short, we believe that this means that organizations need educational solutions that accelerate the development of high potentials and provide business acumen needed to understand the total enterprise and promote cross-functional collaboration. As we continue to explore the challenges of training managers, we now come to our second challenge, which is that managers have unique needs as learners in the organization, and as such, the following should be considered. First, managers are not always comfortable or willing to admit that they do not know something in front of their leadership, peers, or direct reports. Second, the demands of the enterprise, whether it be revenue generation, P&L responsibility, or process delivery, are front and center for today's managers, and that provides little opportunity to focus on professional development. And finally, traditional online libraries, while providing a level of anonymity for the manager-learner, seldom provide the depth of content that managers need, and certainly do not promote cross-functional collaboration. As we explore the third challenge, we see that organizations feel that there is a lack of qualified candidates to fill management positions, and as such are seeing the need to reskill employees to take on cross-functional assignments and responsibilities. Again, referring to the APBM PLS survey that we referred to 2 slides ago, we see that organizations are seeing a majority likelihood, of having to invest in reskilling current staff to fill cross-functional positions, and we see equally as high numbers in terms of feeling that there is a limited pool of qualified candidates. As we begin to explore the current state of training managers, we look first at customized in-house programs, whether they're developed completely internally or in collaboration with an external provider. In terms of the challenges of in-house programs, we see that those programs typically utilize off-the-shelf e-learning as prerequisites, and as we've previously discussed, that those e-learning libraries lack a depth of content needed by managers. Additionally, in-house programs typically focus on the interpersonal skills or the non-technical skills needed to be a successful manager. Those skills include coaching, communication, performance management, and a limited exposure to budgeting and forecasting. While those non-technical skills are an essential part of being a manager, they do not typically lead to the level of cross-collaboration and enterprise-wide understanding that managers need in order to be effective in their role. The second approach that we see organizations take are partnering with external programs, whether with colleges and universities or training providers. External programs typically provide little measurable value to the organization, as most lack testing as a measurement of knowledge acquisition. Additionally, external certification programs and certificate programs often are unable to scale due to cost or geography. Finally, tuition reimbursement dollars in many organizations are being refocused or restricted and may limit an individual's ability to access programs provided by colleges or universities. As we turn our attention to redefining the approach to training managers, we and the Association of the Professionals in Business Management believe that there is a comprehensive body of knowledge for all managers at all levels in the organization. As such, the APBM has created two certification programs, the Certified Associate Business Manager, or CABM, and the Certified Business Manager, or CBM. As you can see here, the CABM and CBM are geared for managers at all levels in the organization and provide indicative level of depth and rigor in both of their programs. As we continue to discuss redefining how to train managers today, we are presenting a three-step model to management development. The first step is identification, and we believe that organizations can better use instruments such as the Watson-Glaser Critical Thinking Assessment to identify individuals who are ready to take the next step into the management pathway. The second step is qualification, and we believe that qualification represents creating a common skills and knowledge platform and core business skills through programs such as the APBM credentials to ensure that managers transition from a specialist to generalist mentality. And finally, the third step is validation. The manager's readiness is validated through testing, such as the APBM certification test, and the demonstration of proficiency through learning experiences, whether they be classroom or virtual, and coaching within the organization. Validation ensures that the manager has both the baseline knowledge as well as the organizational applicability in order to function as a manager within the organization. Using the CABM as an example, you can see the 10 modules covered by the CABM examination. Additionally, you can see the number of learning objectives in each module. The CABM covers 10 modules of general business management and is encompassed by 436 learning objectives. The CABM and CBM provide a level of measurement for organizations as they are a certification test. Both the CABM and CBM learning systems provide a comprehensive pre- and post-assessment for learners that enable them to identify the areas in which they perform well and the areas in which they need to spend additional time in the study process. Additionally, the CABM and CBM Part 1 and 2 provide a comprehensive score report that shows the overall score and the scores by module as seen here. This allows individuals and organizations to identify opportunities for further development. In our current Level 1 evaluation of learners in the CABM and CBM program, we have found that 100% of participants strongly agree or agree that their knowledge or skills have increased as a result of these programs. Further, 93% of participants feel they have a better understanding of business terms and terminology. And finally, 93% of program participants would recommend the programs to their colleagues or direct reports. Organizations can leverage the CABM and CBM in many ways, from forming small self-study pilots, promoting the self-study program as an open enrollment offering via their learning portal, leveraging the self-study program with facilitated test preparation, and forming internal study groups or discussion forums to apply the concepts to their organization. Or finally, organizations can implement our 3-step management development model. As we conclude this presentation, we leave you with these additional points for reflection and additional consideration. First, is your organization providing the right types of development opportunities for your managers? Second, are your current management development programs geared towards enabling cross-functional understanding and collaboration? And finally, if the answer to the above questions is no, what are the implications for your organization?